The most elegant way to process graphs is to use the recursive processing and a common table expression. Let's see how we do it. We will use the graph database for our discussions. When we do the recursive processing using a common table expression, we create a common table expression and do the recursive processing in the common table expression. In our example, our common table expression is named direct reports. In the common table expression, there are two data sets. The first data set is the anchor data set. In our first data set, we have the top boss. Remember, the top boss does not have a manager. In the second data set, we have all other employees. We use union OR to consolidate these two data sets. Now, let's take a close look at the common table expression. In the first data set, several things we want to pay attention to. Reports to is an employee's direct manager. In the first data set, we also create a new column. The column name is level. Because the top boss is on top, the top boss is at level 0. We have two data sets. We will use union OR to consolidate them. Therefore, we want to make sure each pair of corresponding columns have the same or comparable data type. For the manager column, because the top boss does not have a manager, therefore, we use convert to convert null to Unicode varchar so that we can consolidate the two data sets. Also, look at the where clause in the first data set. This will give us only the top boss. Remember, the first data set is the anchor data set. In our example, we have only the top boss in the first data set. Now, look at the second data set. When we do the recursive processing, when we traverse the graph for each and every iteration, we increase level by 1. We do a self-join here just to get an employee's direct manager's name. Also, pay very close attention to the inner join we're doing here. In this inner join, we repeatedly join the common table expression to itself. This is where the recursive processing takes place. This recursive processing will stop when all nodes in the graph have been processed. We join on the common column, reports to, and employee ID. Keep in mind, manager IDs are also employee IDs because managers are also employees. Once we have defined the common table expression, then we can run the code. The common table expression will be populated, and we can select the columns from the common table expression to print the entire graph. Let's run the code now. You can see this is the entire graph. The graph processing created a new column, label. The label indicates where within the organization an employee is located. This concludes our discussions on how to use the recursive processing and a common table expression to process graphs.